Hello Internet. Today we're going to be upgrading this Dominator Platinum DDR5 memory stick's cooling efficiency. To be specific, we're going to be adding thermal pads on the memory chips, and we're going to be replacing the existing thermal interface, which is completely junk. And not to mention, if we look at the impression of the memory chips that we're supposed to be seeing along this line here, we can see that the only impressions that exist on this strip is here, a little bit of here, and maybe a little bit of here. And that's basically the only two contact points that are actually touching any of the memory chips, providing any kind of cooling. Now, granted, they decided to put some thermal pads on here, but those thermal pads are nowhere as efficient as the ones that we're going to be putting on here to keep the DDR5 memory as cool as possible, which will guarantee the stability of your system, especially under heavy loads. In case you didn't know, DDR5s are running extremely hot, and that causes a lot of issues on pretty much any platform, AMD or Intel or whatever. So, first order of business, I'm not going to be telling you how to take this thing apart. It's just screws around the sides, and that's really all there is to it. So then the RGB strip actually itself is getting disconnected from this little latch here. So pull the latch up, the ribbon gets pulled out. So forget that. What we need to focus on is, for one, let's remove these little pads here, and we're going to be removing these little pads here. This isn't going to be easy, but it is doable, and the benefits are extremely great. But you have to be very careful with what you're doing. So we're going to have to remove these strips with heat and an extremely sharp razor blade with a flat tip, such as this one here, you can see, because otherwise it's extremely difficult to near impossible to do without these tools. So the center piece can be removed relatively easy, like so. We are going to be scraping a little bit of paint off of these plates, but that's okay. Small price to pay for an extremely efficient cooling that we're about to get. So let's warm this thing up and just start yanking that blade between. Hopefully we can remove this in one piece. So it would be a lot easier if somebody was holding it for me, but no one's holding it, so I'm gonna have to do it all by myself as usual. And there we go. So this is about as far, probably a little bit further. I want to get all that fabric stuff off, so I just want to leave glue on there if I can, and then the glue can be removed with alcohol. Alternatively, you can just soak this thing in alcohol and wait a while, and that might loosen it up. I do not know. I have not tried this method. The method that I tried, that I've had good success with, is this. Scrape it away and then finish the rest of it off with alcohol. Cotton swab or a cotton ball, and just work our way across this whole thing, maybe assisting with the razor blade to pick up larger amounts of glue. That'll definitely speed up the process. And we just want to wipe it clean, make sure that there's no glue on the plate. If you leave a little bit, that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly clean, but cleaner the better. And there, nearly perfect. And if you can see here, we actually have some sort of guides to where things go. So these little squares, they will indicate where this white pad will go. So this pad is, I think, 2 millimeters, so you can replace that as well if you want to. I'm just going to leave it alone. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put something here in the middle. That middle section is going to be cooling either capacitors or the coils on one of the sides. And it doesn't really matter which side this is. Both sides of this thing are identical. So if you end up assembling it the wrong way, I mean, if you feel free to reassemble it, but for me, I don't really care. It doesn't seem to matter anyway. It looks the same either way. Right, so, and then for the memory chips, we're going to cut a strip like this. And so this pad here is going to be 0.5 millimeter. And the one for the memory, probably one thing I can do at this point is to make sure that they're all the same. So, so if we have this one like this, then that's gonna go like this, which means I have to put here. And let's apply these pads on the memory chips. You want to go slightly higher than the base of the chip. I have that sticking through here a little bit, so I kind of had to cut it. But if I were to go just above the line, maybe a couple of millimeters, then it'll be hidden. Something like this. All right, so that's gonna go connect the RGB, open up that latch, slide the thingy in, and there we go. Let's put that thing on top of that thing. Can be a little bit tricky to orient everything correctly, so a little bit of patience definitely gonna go a long way. So we got that. Then we need one of them brackets like this, and holding it by the brackets, we're going to flip. And basically we have half of work already done. So let's go ahead and add more pads aside. Oh, I forgot something. Yes, sir. I forgot to put the pads. Probably carefully slip them in there. Can we gently slip them in there? Yes. So that's gonna go here, something like that. So you can replace these with 2mm, I believe. Gonna go in here, and this will drop back in. Just align the holes. Closable. No, not really. Oh, there we go. No, not even close. Gotta do it right the first. Otherwise, you're gonna be struggling it exactly the same way as I am. All right, so that looks kind of right. Okay, let's put that one down here. Hopefully it's all right. Okay, let's get the rest of the memory chips covered with the thermal pad. It's the exact same pad I use for graphics cards. So if you have 1mm pads laying around, that's what you want to use. Now we're going to put these so that they are aligned. Well, actually, no. I'm going to drop these in here, and because we still have to remove all of this, obviously. That there, and let's go and scrape away this layer here. A little bit of heat as before. Don't need to be too hot. Maybe I don't know, 150, 200. Just depends. The closer you move away from it, the hotter it becomes. So if I can rip this off the board like this. Okay, that was easy. Wow, that was extremely easy. So the other ones were extremely difficult. But this one was extremely easy. I don't know why. So that's good. Now we're gonna scrape away that. Finish this off with alcohol and reassemble the whole thing. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to kind of grab it and hold it, but definitely possible. Insert through here, and we'll just do one screw at a time. We can. There's one screw and one more on this end. Doesn't really matter which orientation these screws go. They're the same. There's two different types of screws. One screw gets screwed into another, which kind of complicates the problem. If you lose one of the screws, you're kind of screwed, almost. Unless you get super lucky and find the nut that fits into the hole, then you might just be saved. Otherwise, good luck. Alright, and then one last screw, like so. Tighten it down. Don't use any excessive force. These things do not need any force. Just a finger tight, and that should be it. And there we have it. We have two DDR5 memory sticks that now have the most effective cooling possible, utilizing the existing design. So thank you for watching. Hopefully this was educating, and I'm gonna have to let the customer know that I finally fixed his memory sticks months later. I don't know how many months ago. These were donated to me because I had no way of fixing them, but now thanks to the equipment and the software that recently became available, we are able to fix these memory cards or the memory sticks. And though the customer did donate these to me, I still contact the customer eventually if I end up fixing their device, and I make them an offer to pay for the rest of the repair as originally agreed, minus the repair attempt if they want to take it back. If they don't want to take it back, I keep it. So that will be it. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day, and goodbye.